Hello, Capricorn. Welcome to your weekly reading for June 10th to the 16th. This is for Capricorn and Capricorn Rising, and we're going to jump right into it right after these church bells. Hello. Can you hear that? Great timing, great timing. Now, listen, Capricorn, what a week. Listen, we have 4 aspects this week, but they're pretty significant. So let's get right into it. They're definitely going to have an impact on you. Remember, this is the week where we have, these squares, and squares can be a little bit challenging. They can feel a little bit like, a little bit of a squeeze. The first one is on Tuesday, and this is going to be June 11th, when we have Mars squaring Pluto. Mars squaring Pluto is going to be very interesting for you. And I say that because these are 2 very powerful planets, all right? And in these squares, you do see the more aggressive side of these planets. So Mars being the planet of war and conflict, and Pluto, destruction and intensity. And so when these 2 planets get together, they are, come at me broing. They've got that mwahaha energy. So this is definitely the most challenging square, okay? So this is going to be interesting for you, and I say that because, Mars has moved into Taurus in your 5th house, all right? 5th house is pleasure and love and romance and family and children and creativity and self-expression, procreation, recreation, a lot of things there, all right? Now, Pluto is in Aquarius in your 2nd house. 2nd house is finances and money. So there may be a little bit of squeeze around here. There could be something about you, like someone owing someone money around this time. There could be not seeing eye to eye around money. Now, if that's not a circumstance that you even see coming up, it could be something that really tests your self-confidence and self-worth and value, seeing the value in something, because that's what the 2nd house also represents. So I want you to keep that in mind, because this really is a day where these 2 planets are getting together to, stick out a leg, trying to trip you over. You're going to be fine, okay? You're going to be absolutely fine as long as you stay frosty and you be cool and, just handle things with grace should anything arise around this time, okay? I always say it, every Capricorn's different. Every Capricorn has a different birth chart. It makes you different from every other Capricorn in the world. And therefore, some of y'all may feel this like a 1 or 2 out of a 10. Some of y'all a little bit more. Now, here's the thing. Mars squaring Pluto, that is for the collective. So, yes, it could also be you. It could also be you that gets a little like, what's going on? Like, entering Godzilla mode, Bridezilla mode, whatever mode. But just remember, as long as you, tap into your inner Chumbawamba all day, every day, you're going to be fine. Just let karma work its magic and you're going to be fine. Now, the other thing I want to mention is that Mars is, energy, physical energy. So this is a day where I just don't want you to overexert yourself. I don't want you to do anything that may be too strenuous because it could feel like, it a little bit draining. Okay. So don't go out there trying to, lift 4 trucks with, 3 fingers. I know that you can, you're Capricorns, but this is a day where you just may want to just, maybe just, watch, Bridesmaids instead. And now on Wednesday, we get to June 12th, Mercury squaring Saturn. So hello, another square. Now, this is coming after Venus and the Sun squaring Saturn over the weekend last week. Remember that, all right? So you're really feeling like you're in the thick of these squares now. Now, Saturn is your ruling planet, Capricorn, and it happens to be in Pisces in your 3rd house. Now, why is this going to be kind of significant for you? Well, Mercury is a planet of communication. It is the messenger planet. Saturn is all about authority and structure. And so think of a coach telling you that, they're going to pull you out of the game. All right. They look you right in the eyes. They say, Marcia, you're sitting this one out. All right. So this is a time to not be, reactive, but responsive. But when you're being responsive, be mindful of how responsive you will be. Okay. I got really Yoda there for a second, but this is a great time just to observe things. All right. And not be hard on yourself. Mercury is also like logic, processing, thinking. Don't overanalyze things. I say this specifically for you, Capricorn, because Saturn is in Pisces in your 3rd house of communication. Okay. okay? Mercury is the native ruler. It rules the third house. Now, why is this even a bigger deal? Because this is a week where we have a stellium, a superstellium in Gemini, okay? So Mercury actually is in Gemini. The Sun, Jupiter, and Venus are in Gemini as well. Gemini is a very, very social sign, very quick-witted, very, smart. They're smart, okay? And they love, they're the social butterflies. They love to talk. I'm a Gemini rising. That's why I'm always talking. But that's the thing, is that you may, and you could see it too. And I encourage you, like, once you're aware of it, you'll see it. Like, people are a lot more vocal, a lot more active on social media. They're speaking their minds. Like, this is all this Gemini energy, okay? Now, but this is Mercury squaring Saturn, okay? This is Mercury squaring Saturn. So this is a day where, yeah, sure, you could be, again, there could be some words exchanged around this time where, again, just be graceful about it. Just be very graceful. You're going to be fine, okay? It's definitely going to be a testing day where someone really could get under your skin. And if so, Capricorn, just, exfoliate with your, amazing Capricornness. All right. And also remember, this is a day where you could say something that you're just like, oh, maybe I, probably shouldn't have said that. Remember, Saturn is, has that squeeze. But with these squares, they're pushing you. They're testing you. They're pushing you to be able to handle these things, okay? To become stronger, the best version of yourself, to really, really grow and expand and thrive. And so don't forget that. And, it really is going to be a time where you may not want to make agreements. Definitely don't sign anything this day, especially with Saturn being in your third house. Yeah, definitely don't sign anything. This really could also be a day where there could be some, mixed messages or whatnot regarding travel or writing, researching, things like that, things that the third house rules. Now, also, remember, you've got the North Node in your fourth house of family and home and whatnot. You've got Mars and Taurus in your fifth house. There's that overlap with family and children. And then now you've got Saturn and Pisces in your third house, which is siblings, okay? Aunts, uncles, cousins, and neighbors. So any of that is, could be a thing. There could be, if there's anything said, it may be with, family or, within your family and neighbors. So just be cool. Y'all are Capricorns. Y'all got this. Y'all got this. Just to give you an example, I recently received an email from a colleague that was very passive aggressive. They were definitely fishing for something. They were definitely fishing for, they went there. And I responded, thank you so much. And that was it. And nipped it in the bud. Okay, I didn't fall into that bear trap there. So you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be great. Now on Friday, Capricorn, June 14th, we got a Mercury cazimi, the Sun conjuncting Mercury. A cazimi is when the planet is in the heart of the Sun. All right, and so this is a true refresh. This is, and this is really great coming after Mercury squaring Saturn, because it gives you that clarity. You see things in terms of problem solving and, having brilliant ideas. And so I really love this. And again, Mercury is in its home sign in Germany and Gemini. Where am I? Okay. So, so that's great, because it kind of gives you like this extra, that's really nice. This leverage, this leg up. And this is a great day to research and to do some writing and to do new things. All right. This is like gaining knowledge and something new as well. All right. And contracts too. Now on Sunday, June 16th, we've got Venus and Mercury both squaring Neptune. This is going to be a bigger thing. And I'm going to tell you why. Okay. Now, this weekend alone, sure, it's going to be Neptune, by the way, is with Saturn in your in Pisces in your third house. And so Neptune is there. And so what this is asking you to do is just face your truths, okay? There may be a veil in front of you. Just cut through the veil and just, seek your truth, hold on to your truth. That is what this weekend is saying, okay? Neptune is spirituality. It's also imagination, but it's, healing and intuition and compassion, all right? But with these squares, remember, you see that other side of Neptune that really comes out, okay, which is illusion and delusion and confusion and deception and escapism. This is all Neptune-isms. Did you get that? I'll stop. Now, because of that, the square is really pushing you to like push you into that escapism part. And so this is why I'm saying face your truth, because with, a sense of like illusion and like fantasy and whatnot, you really want to have a foot on the ground. This weekend, you may want to have 2 feet on the ground. Okay. This could be somewhat of like a spiritual abyss, but Capricorn, you have a light inside you. You are a shining light. So just radiate, and you're going to be fine. You're going to be absolutely fine. Break out the crystals if you need to break out some crystals. But again, this is a time where Neptune is really pushing you in that direction of like, let me just make excuses to not face my truth. Like this is, so just remember this, there's try to avoid any sort of like bye Felicia energy around this time, or, hanging up your stores closed, gone fishing sign where you're literally inside, like scrolling through TikTok. Like face the things that you have to face. Like this is the time to do it. All right. This is the time to do it. Now, the reason why I say this is going to be a bigger deal than just this weekend is because, listen, and I just feel like, okay, so I really need to emphasize this. I don't see a lot of people talking about this, but Neptune is at 29 degrees. Now, this is a critical degree. This is an anaretic degree. There's 30 degrees. The best way to explain it is that when it's at 29 degrees, it's a little bit stronger, and it's like a graduation. It's like a toast. It's like having this karmic moment. And when I say karma, okay, remember Neptune is with Saturn, okay? Saturn does reward you. Neptune and Saturn are together right now, and they're pretty much going to go retrograde at the same time as well. Now, Neptune at 29 degrees, this is going to be until September. So Neptune's going to be at 29 degrees until September, and that's because Neptune is such a far planet, right? It's slow moving. All right. And so what it wants you to do is to have spiritual moments and surrender the things that don't serve you well. Okay. Now, what's going to happen is after September, Neptune's going to waddle back a little bit. It's going to move into Aries for the first time in a really, really long time. We'll talk about that in 2025. Okay. You're getting a little bit of a preview. Then it's going to move out of Aries and then move back into Aries permanently in 2026, where it will be there for 13, 14 years. And that's as long, how long Neptune stays in a sign. But before it does that, it will have its final moment at 29 degrees. Okay, there's going to be this big conjunction, all of this in early 2026. All right, so that's going to be the full close out, the full like blowout. But this is, again, what's going to happen with Neptune retrograde and Neptune being at 29 degrees. It really is saying, since Neptune moved into Pisces in 2011, Neptune being in its domicile where it does best in Pisces, okay, since 2011, it's asking you, what have you learned spiritually? How have you grown spiritually? You have been likely more in touch with your intuition. I don't know why I said that in such a weird day, but you're a weird way. Oh my goodness. This is a day, by the way. So you could have been like a more spiritually moved, more spiritually active, even more compassionate. Neptune is also dreams. Okay. Dreams, like I said, imagination is the thing. It's hidden things. It's the metaphysical, it's, the subconscious. It's everything that's beyond the physical plane, things that you can't see when I say hidden things. So this is really a time when I say spirituality, really take that time now. All right. Really think about how you have grown spiritually, okay? And use that as this force of good. And again, this karmic understanding as well. Now, this is what makes it a lot more interesting, okay? So Neptune takes about 165 years to make a complete orbit, right? A complete cycle of the zodiac wheel. And so when Neptune went into Pisces in 2011, trace that back to what happened 165 years before that, okay? 165 years. That would take us back to 1846. Capricorn, guess what happened in 1846? Neptune was discovered, okay, in our modern world. And so it is making its first ever complete cycle at this point. So this is also at 29 degrees, kind of like a celebration too, kind of like this really nice, farewell. Like, let's, breaking out the champers for your, next cycle. So when I say surrender the things that do not serve you well, use your intuition and spirituality for that. It's because you do not want to take any baggage into this next cycle that Neptune is moving into. Okay. Going to be a big deal. Neptune moving into Aries. Wow. At the same time, Saturn will be in Aries. We'll talk about this, Capricorn. We'll talk about this in 2026. Yep, 2026. But that's your fourth house of home and family. You're going to have a lot of activity around that. Your domestic sector, okay? Parents, children, your real estate, things like that, okay? And of course, again, like you will definitely still feel moments throughout 2025. But just have that moment. Think about what you need to, consider karmically and just have that refresh in that area in your life. It's going to feel really nice because it is going to be, with Neptune pushing all this escapism, it's going to be really nice when you get through it, when you'll feel rewarded. All right. It'll feel really good when you can, move forward from the things that that are not serving you well. All right. It really is one of those classic any type of movie, any type of whatever. It's that classic, someone who doesn't believe in themselves, but then they have that spiritual moment. They have that moment of belief, that self-belief, okay? And then they, win the game. They get the girl, they get the boy, they, beat the bad guy. They, reunite with their lover as, a ghost making pottery, whatever it takes. You got this. You're going to be fine. And then over the weekend, Moon in Libra. I really love that for you. You could be thinking about career around the weekend with the Moon in Libra. Libra does rule your 10th house. Happy Father's Day, everyone, too. But it is. I love Moon in Libra. It brings this sweetness, okay? Really big sweetness, especially with partnerships, okay? Even like committed relationships as well. All right. So it can be a career, but it can be definitely family energy because, as I said, you have a lot of family energy happening. So with that said, Capricorn, let's see what's going on for you. All right. For June 10th to the 16th, this is for Capricorn rising, Capricorn moon. If you want to read any other placements in your chart, if you know it, you are absolutely welcome to. And, take a peek and see where Neptune is at. Take a peek. All right. So Capricorn, let's get to it. Let's see what's going on for you for June 10th to the 16th, 2024. Yeah, I had to tell you the year. Capricorn, y'all make me laugh. Come on, stop it. I do a traditional Celtic cross spread. It really does offer the best overview. If we need to pull clarifiers, oh yeah, we will, Capricorn. We will. Secondly, y'all, oh my goodness, I hope y'all are doing well. We got that big old full moon in your sign next week, but we're going to focus on this week. Let's see what's going on for you. Oh, wow. Yeah, you are going to have an awakening. Very interesting with your spread. You're gonna have a lot. You're good. There's stuff is gonna happen. Let's get started. You did get the 4 of Cups. Okay, 4 of Cups came up in your past, so they're. I like this though because with the 4 of Cups coming up in your past, that's very interesting because it really is saying there could be something that happened. Okay, or that you've been going through where you're just kind of like meh. Like, is this it? There could have been things that you were hoping for that hasn't come through. There could have been things that have come through that you were just like, that's all. Like that kind of energy, because this card is testing your gratitude. Okay. You can see here, the Hand of Spirit offering this young man a cup, and you see that he's already got 3 cups. Yeah. Look at his reaction, right? So, hands crossed over his chest, closing off his heart. Now, why is this card so significant? I know people see this and they're like, oh, this is the 4 of Cups. Listen, the Hand of Spirit only appears in the aces, other than this card. It's a big deal. It's testing your gratitude. It's saying, if things have not happened for you yet, if there are things that you're kind of like bored with, if, are you still being grateful for the things that you do have? Okay. And so really raise your energy frequency. It feels like a lot of y'all already have or will in a big way. I mean, we're talking night and day here. Okay. Night and day. That's how big this is, because you have judgment in the heart of your spread. All right. So this is having that reckoning, that huge spiritual awakening. This is you having that aha moment. Like, I get it. I get it. I'm having this, spiritual cleansing. I'm having this alignment, this, being in touch with my higher self, my higher mind. I absolutely love this for you. So this could be a very spiritually moving week for you. Okay. There is going to be this clarity, this moment of clarity after something that may have happened, where you go back and recognize, okay, I should have been a little bit more like, oh yeah, at least I have a roof over my head. And I'm grateful that, Love is Blind exists. And chocolate ice cream, just having gratitude and, for those things. I'm not saying that any of y'all are ungrateful at all, but I'm just saying with this together, there could have been something where you were so focused on something that was more just like, but this is a big shake up and wake up call. Okay. I love this. I'm obsessed. This is really great. And remember, I dropped these readings a little bit earlier than the actual week. So this could still be yet to come. There could be something that you're just like, because you see Archangel Gabriel, by the way, blowing the trumpet here, the dead are rising, the dead, they're gray. Gray in tarot is wisdom. But the big thing here is that the dead are awakened now. All right. The dead are awakened. They've been shaken free. They're rising up. They're seeking this meaningful life experience now. They can see, they can hear, and it's a sense of healing as well. I mean, that's what this card is. It is actually the only card in tarot that has this huge connotation of sound. All right. Archangel Gabriel blowing the trumpet. That's sound. What is sound? Sound is vibrations. All right. Raising your frequency, raising the dead here. What else is sound? It's healing. Sound is healing. Sound has been used for healing for thousands and thousands and thousands of years, whether it is, Tibetan healing bowls or, Native American drum beats or Gregorian chanting, whatever it is, sound has been used for healing. So I really love this for you because it's almost like this spiritual healing, but this sense of, aha, I see. Pay attention to, the Mercury cazimi that's happening this week. Okay. Pay attention because remember, there's that clarity there, but also with, all these Neptune aspects and it being at 29 degrees. Remember that is really spiritually moving. Okay. So I definitely do love that for you. And it seems like it's going to build all this confidence. That's going to be really nice. Now, here's what's really interesting about your spread. You got the Seven of Swords in your challenge area. So two things here. Excuse me. One, the biggest thing that's coming out for me, okay, the biggest message that's coming across is that judgment is actually attributed to Pluto. Remember, Pluto is in your second house. What did I say that is? It's self-worth, self-value. It's, you feeling the value that you bring to the table and whatnot. But now you have the Seven of Swords, which is an Aquarius card, okay? So very interesting here with Pluto and Aquarius, and Pluto and, and Aquarius is very active right now. So, hey, remember what I said with also those Neptune squares. This is a week where you do not want to, two things. Don't hide from anything. Don't hide from your truth. Okay. Don't run away from anything that that you have to face. Okay. That may be the biggest thing, is where there's some reality that you have to confront. And this is the week to do it. Look how healing it's going to be. Okay. Now, the other thing is with all these squares, all right, all these Saturn squares being, challenging and Saturn being your ruling planet, that could also have an impact on you as well. In fact, Saturn is also, ruler for the traditional ruler for Aquarius. Anyway, but so it is also a time where, should you find that someone does say is very deceitful to you or says something that you're just like, what is going on here? Because remember, Mercury squaring Saturn, and just this week there could be just some things said and some things that are said that are not meant to said or misunderstood or whatnot, and people being critical and things like that could affect your self-confidence and your the sense of the value you bring to your table. Don't let them get away with that. And remember, have these conversations and be willing to communicate, but diplomatically and gracefully. Okay, gracefully. All right. This is going to be, one of those times where it really could be someone that you may have to face, that you know is doing something to you that's just not cool. Very Machiavellian. Very like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? And this card is associated with like lying and cheating and stealing and things like that. Things like that. Deceit. Now, you've got Justice and Temperance. Who are you? Capricorn. That's amazing. I love that for you. This is really great. This is really nice. I love looking down your cross. With justice, judgment, and temperance. Very, very nice. Okay, justice, card of the week. The justice card has been coming. If you're a cross watcher, if you watch a rising, or your moon, or for your lover, or for your child, or for whoever, you'll probably notice that justice has come up a lot. Now, justice has come up in your crown, so yeah, you may be seeking that justice. You may be seeking this fairness. You may be also seeking this balance that will help sort things out should something go sideways, right? Remember, with these squares, you always want to turn squares into triangles. Have that compromise, okay? This is justice right in the middle, okay? Right, attributed to Libra, okay? Libra being right in the middle of the zodiacs, of the 12 zodiacs. Justice being right in the middle of the major arcanas, okay? So, card 11, by the way. So, yeah, just have that balance. You even see the scale in the judge's hand here. So it is going to be that balance that you may be seeking this week, that fairness. It could also be something that you're thinking about in terms of like actions that you do want to take for that justice, for this fairness, for something in your life that's, part of your journey, your big transformation that you're having, especially the spiritual transformation, and especially because you got temperance as well. So another card of balance. Okay. So this is really nice. You've got 2 archangels here. Look at you. You've got this can be a week. Temperance, really, really nice. I love the fact that you did get temperance. This is so sweet. Temperance is sits between death and the devil, right? So it is like finding that balance between just anything, like with these squares, for instance, okay, with these squares where there may be like someone may say something, you may want to say something back, you got to hold back, but don't hold back. You can say whatever you want, but just remember, say it in a way that's authentic, where you're being, responsive, not reactive. Okay. That's what temperance is here. Okay. This temperance literally means self-restraint. You know that, right? Okay. And so restraining yourself. All right. And also the other thing is like, this is having that balance of like mind, body, spirit, really, really opening up. I mean, you see the golden disc on the archangel's forehead, right on the pineal gland up here. So that spirituality is coming through as well. But there is that sense of like really understanding that this week it may be a week where you really do realize, okay, the things that I want, I've had that moment. The things that I want, I know they're coming. I know. Why am I stressing? Why am I worrying? When was the last time stressing or worrying about anything did anything for me at all? Absolutely nothing. So I'm going to be cool. I'm going to be cool. And I know that I'm taken care of. Now, you've got the 7 of Cups in your future. Know what you want, okay? Know exactly what you want. It seems like you're going to have this really big moment of clarity, this aha moment, spiritual awakening, and then from that, you get to the 7 of Cups. And so after that, it's just really, really trusting your intuition and holding on to that as you develop this week in terms of what you want for your future, okay? Because this card, like Neptune, it tends to like, you see, it's like smoke and mirrors here. It's just a little bit of fog. So as long as you're trusting your intuition and putting your energy into the things that you know are going to serve you well, it is the path that you want to be on, you're good to go. It's just basically saying, don't exert energy into something that like deep down in your bones, that you can feel in your soul is not the thing that is, and I pulled a clarifier. Yeah. And then you got the Knight of Swords, and then you're boom, 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 boom. And then you're good to go. And then you're Bam. All right. Knight of Swords, very just, this is swords, right? The air suit, the mental suit, so a lot of the mind, intellect, okay, ideas and just having that clarity and just running with it. All right. I absolutely love that for you. So this is going to be very, very nice. And this is someone who has a lot of confidence in moving forward. It could be a lot of, with the decision making, remember, have that patience, okay? Have that patience. There could be, even a couple opportunities that come through this week, especially with the Seven of Cups in your future. And so it really is like your mind could be going like, all over the place. But again, have that, like, I have to keep pointing to the right here, okay? Trust your intuition. That's going to make, things flow easier. Let's get to your staff. Capricorn. Oh my goodness, y'all. What is, if you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Tell me what's going on, Capricorn. And I love you. Y'all are amazing. All right. So Capricorn. Oh yeah. Yeah. I didn't even have to say it. I'm going to say it. I was going to say, listen, last week, you got two aces. So I don't even, I was going to bring that. I was like, okay, like they already know that. But now look at this. Like, you're good. You're fine. You're 1000% fine. Just keep moving toward, the thing, your passions, your goals, and the things that that are going to bring you so much joy and happiness. And that's your path. Now, you got the 10 of Wands here. Okay. So Capricorn, listen, I don't make this up. Y'all know y'all work hard, okay? Y'all know y'all work hard. Sometimes, Capricorns are known to, prioritize work, all right? This may be a week where you may want to just pull back a little bit. I'm not telling you to quit your job or anything. I'm just telling you to, if you feel that you are overworking, if you feel like you are doing too much, it is a good time to drop a wand or two. You can see he's carrying 10 wands. Okay. Now the other thing is, remember, you got the 7 of Swords and your challenge area. Remember I said, not distracting yourself, not doing any of that escapism, not, making excuses for things. Same thing here. This is you. Possibly there may be something this week where you may want to distract yourself from something that like a truth that you have to face, conversation you have to make, things like that. Okay. And by distracting yourself, overworking. All right. So just bear that in mind. Okay. Just bear that in mind. This is a week where you don't want to. And again, I told you with the, Mars and Pluto squaring and that kind of clash. Yeah. You definitely want to just you want to just lighten your load. You want to lighten your load and then you're going to be fine. All right. Now you've got the Fool. So yeah. Are you starting this brand new journey in your life? Yeah, absolutely. 1000%. You got the Fool in your external factors area. The energy really is this like, whoosh, like the universe, like right behind you and just saying, we're going to push you to the edge of this cliff. You're going to have no care in the world because you're going to take this leap of faith. You're going to take this risk, because what is taking risks? Confidence. Okay. What builds confidence? Taking risks. All right. Now, why is this really important? Because the Fool is attributed to Uranus. Therefore, there's a lot of Aquarius energy in the Fool. Okay. So remember, that is your second house of like self-worth and self-value and whatnot. But it seems like a lot of big things are happening in family. It really does. It feels like there's a lot of things happening in family here. Okay. But in any case, this is really great. The Fool, this is 0, right? So remember the other thing that I said, 0. Well, what is 0? 0 is nothing, but what's nothing? Nothing is everything. Okay. Everything. Now you can see in this card, you're going on this brand new Fool's journey. All right. And there may be someone with you along this journey. All right. There may be someone there with you. But what I was going to say is that when you think about 0, what comes before 0? Nothing, right? So you could even see him with his little satchel there. And so he's only bringing the essentials as he starts this new journey. Only the essentials, okay? Water bottle, I don't know, Die Hard DVD, whatever it is, whatever you want to bring that are essentials, okay? Obviously, that's not going to be it. But The reason why this is such a big deal, again, remember what I said with Neptune at 29 degrees. Surrender the things that do not serve you well. Surrender the things you do not want to bring into this next cycle of yours. Capricorn, okay? And then now you got the 10 of Pentacles. Hello. Hi. You'll get there. You're going to get there. You're moving toward, your legacy. This is what this card is. This is, again, a lot of family energy. You do see the three families, the 3 generations of family here. Okay. You see it's raining pentacles in the form of the tree of life, money, wealth, abundance. You see the harvest here. You see how big that castle is. This is what you want. You're moving into that direction. All right. It's almost like that could be like the finish line for you. And it is a 10. So yeah, we're talking finish line here where you feel all that and it feels really good. And you emerge into this place in your life where you feel very successful. And you can have it all. You can have it all. Just keep moving that direction because you're going to be fine. You're going to be good. You got a lot of there are going to be no shade in your path with this bright sun in your final outcome. If you've ever gotten a tarot reading, the sun is the biggest yes. You just got a huge yes. You got the sun with the Fool, okay? With the Fool. Why is that significant? You see the full abundance of the sun in this card as well. The sun only appears in very few cards outside of the actual sun card. Now, here's the thing. The sun in your final outcome, this is optimism. This is opportunity. This is abundance. This is vitality, health, good health. This is, success as well. This is feeling free. You see the wisdom child here, the naked wisdom child, freeness, that freedom, okay? The white horse, all this purity. I mean, this is really beautiful. You're moving into a very auspicious area in your life and a very new one too. And the last thing I'm going to point out, Capricorn, I know this reading is going a little bit long, but the last thing I'm going to point out, let me see if you got it anywhere else here. Okay, the last thing I'm going to point out, which is really crazy, which is really great. Do you see, speaking of the wisdom child, do you see the red feather coming out of his head, referencing the Fool card? So there is this ascension that's happening for you, especially with a Judgment card in the heart of your spread, but this ascension, and it's almost like there is something really brand new that's about to happen in your life that is this like a golden pathway. It's this golden pathway. You're great. You're amazing. You're good. Capricorn, thanks so much for tuning in. If you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments, tell me what's going on. Very excited for you next week. Wow. Yeah. We have a lot happening. You're going to have a big focus on partnerships and relationships. That's a big thing. We also, the full moon in your sign. Remember part one. Capricorn, y'all are amazing. I don't even want to let you go. I love y'all so much. All right. Thanks so much, Capricorn. I'll see you next week. Okay. Bye-bye.